How can you always surprise us in 25 years? So you always change. Now, when I was scrolling all your filmography, I didn't know you were also in Bluey. So, I mean, Teenage Mutant Turtles. I mean,
Thank you, Marco. Oh, look, I feel really grateful that I've been able to do a lot of different genres. And I think I quickly learnt that, I did something dramatic early on and I sort of realized, oh, they'll just keep offering you, or you'll keep auditioning for the same part if you don't, say, hey, I really want to do, can I please, I was desperate to do something funny and really wanted to do something comedic. And in fact, when I did finally get to do something funny, I thought, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This feels so much more like I'm much more free and I can explore this because it's still very dramatic being comedic. It's the same place. It's got to be, the stakes are higher, in fact, if it's something funny. So that was a real turning point for me creatively.
one quality of your acting and also of your persona is that you are courageous because you always take the challenges in different genres, in different films, with different directors, in different stories. What drove you to if I had legs, I'd kick you? Because it's a very complicated film. I think
Mm.
emotionally, it's the story. I mean, it's also claustrophobic, and I must say, you're like I said before, you're amazing in it. So, I mean, what drove you to this story, to this character?
The screenplay was just extraordinary. The screenplay reads like the film. It's very much on the page, and I could not believe it. I just devoured it. And then I talked to Mary Bronstein, and this is a very personal story to her. And my husband read it. He's always my benchmark, and he just said that she's got something to say. He's like, this is an amazing screenplay. And then that was it. I was like, it was an opportunity. I mean, all we have is opportunities, right? And this opportunity came to me, and I thought, oh my God, how do I not, fuck this up? Because it's a gift. It's a gift.
How lonely she is.
It's also more than loneliness. I think she's really isolated. She's isolated herself. Like
Yes.
anyone, when they're slowly regressing in any situation, whether it's something like this or they're suffering addiction, but they slowly cut off everybody in their life because they cannot deal with it because they have no bandwidth. I've seen it happen to family members where they just slowly isolate more and more and more because any reality of somebody coming and looking at them and saying, "Hey, you need to stop working, you need to leave your husband, you need to do," they cannot hear it and they don't want to hear it. And this is a perfect example of that. And we meet the character when she's already done that. We don't see all of that, but I had imagined she probably had a lot of other people in her life, and slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly you lose everybody, like anybody in a mental health crisis or any sort of crisis. So that was a very kind of important key to unlock. And without that reflection, you have nobody checking in on your reality and what you're doing. Why are you in that abusive relationship? Why are you taking those drugs? It's
And how can she pick a psychiatrist as Conan?
I know. That was Mary, Mary Bronstein. She's just so punk. She really didn't want a typical kind of scene partners for me. And the same with ASAP Rocky, who plays James, the superintendent of the hotel. Like, she wanted to surprise me in many ways and to like give a fresh presence on the screen. And Conan was nervous, but I think Conan is very bright and intelligent, obviously, and I you don't do something like that unless part of you just knows you can do it. So even if subconsciously it was a subconscious thing for him, but he's so fantastic in it and so took such a risk. And it's nothing like the Conan we know and love. It's very much a departure. But yeah, he's a terrible therapist. Terrible.